All right, today we're going to set up a live well, and this is something that I opted not to have in my boat because I don't plan on doing a lot of tournaments. So I figured I'd do a portable one. My boat came with a live well, but I converted it into bait storage and also my electronics hub and all of that. And that's where my everyday fishing comes into play. Picked up this 12-volt aeration system off of Amazon. All of this stuff is off of Amazon. It comes with everything you need: the bilge pump, the tubes, wiring, everything, suction cups, screws. And I'm going this route. Technically, I could make this myself, get some PVC pipe and wiring and all that stuff and just do it myself, but I really don't have the time to do it. So decided to go with something a little bit quicker that has everything you need. And I got a second bilge pump. I'll show you what I'll do with that. Got some cigarette lighter style plugs, tubing, and well, release me is not really part of the build, but of course you use it to keep the fish alive. So this is everything that I'm going to be using for my live well. I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Can't forget, of course, 100-quart igloo cooler. And right off the back, I realized these latches are pretty cheap. I don't see this lasting more than like a month, and which is probably why I saw the option to upgrade this on Amazon. Now I know why. These are very slim and flimsy, probably the cheapest part of this cooler right here. One thing I do like about this cooler is it has the hatch right up here to drop fish in. Really convenient. I'll link everything below in the description so you guys can check it out, exactly what I'm using here today. All right, cracking this open. You've got your tubing, got your aeration tubes, and this is supposed to give two options of what kind of spray you want. Got the bilge pump with the suction cups right on the bottom. Stick it down in the cooler. 10 foot of wiring, which is more than enough, and screws, clips, more suction cups. First thing I need to do is push this aeration tube onto the bilge pump. Right now I'm thinking to have the pump on this side. I think I want to keep the pump away from where I'll be putting fish in. I literally just stuck the bilge pump right to the bottom. The suction cups are pretty strong so far. So let's get some of the other hardware out. I will need the extender because I do plan to use both of these pipes. We'll put a cap end on one end. All right, so I've got 3 suction cups right here. So I think first thing I want to do is decide exactly where I'm going to put this. So I said I'm going to do it in the middle, which would be right about here. I'm going to treat this as something I can put wherever I want in the live well. I'll probably keep it in this corner. One of the deciding factors of where I put the pump will be how well I can easily coil this hose. Initially, I was just going to shorten the hose just enough to get to the actual bar here. Instead of filling up the live well by hand with a hand pump or the bilge pump that I bought, because I was going to just have a separate bilge pump just to throw over the side of the boat with a hose and fill it, I can use this same pump. And because it has suction cups, all I have to do is pull it out, stick it in the water, detach the hose from here, and put the water in, and vice versa. When I want to, if I need to empty this, let's say we didn't catch any fish, I'll just pull the hose off of this and stick the end of the hose over the side of the boat. I really like this kit. I was going to drill a hole through the side of the cooler and fish this through. I was going to do that because I didn't want to hang this over and close it down on the wire, but I actually just tried it, and it actually closes very easily without me even putting a lot of pressure on this wire. I already checked the cable and I don't see any indentations or anything, so there must be at least enough space for this wire to just lay flat and this closes. So I'm going to roll with it like that, which also gives me the versatility of being able to pull the pump out and use it to fill the live well. If I do drill through here, I won't be able to use it to fill a live well because I would seal it up with 3M sealant 5200 or something, and once I do that, I wouldn't be able to pull the cord in and out to be able to use the pump to fill the live well. So I guess one of the best takeaways for this video is buying this kit really is plug and play. I'm connecting this to the actual plugs in the switch panel of my boat, so I don't have to buy a separate battery, but you would need a little 12-volt battery to get you going. That just made my life a lot easier. I've already capped off the tube. I'm gonna go ahead and screw the suction cup in, and we're going fishing tomorrow, so I'm actually going to test this out within the next 24 hours. We'll see if it sticks on the whole day or not. Of course, it's a dry stick. Normally it's good to wet your suction cups before sticking them on. Another thing you can do is you can also mount the bilge pump on the side of your cooler. Oh look, this fell off already. I don't know if that's a sign. If the suction cups don't work over time, I always have an option to use the screws that they did provide to screw into the actual cooler. Again, seal it with some 5200 or clear marine grade sealant. I'm gonna be using the cigarette style lighter in my switch panel in the boat. Just gonna adapt this, cut off these clips, attach this to it. So all I have to do is plug it in the boat and the pump is running. All right, so we're back in the boat and ready to test it on out. My plug is back here. I've actually never used this plug yet, guys, so first time. All right, there you go. So it works. Everything is running very smoothly. It looks really good. One thing I noticed right off the back are these suction cups right here are not sticking. The left one is actually sticking pretty good. The right one keeps falling off. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw them in using the screws that are provided in the kit. And I'm not gonna show it on the camera. It's pretty self-explanatory. All right, guys, I lied. I am gonna show you how to do it. Kind of just what I do. So, you know, why stop now? Let's get rid of these suction cups. Not really happy with them at all. I'm really just gonna eyeball this. I'm not gonna get all into the measurements like I typically do. I just wanna make sure it's up top as close as I can get it. And I think I wanna have it right at the edge here. I'm just gonna take a really small, very small drill bit. This is 1/16. I wanna do a small little pilot hole. Nothing too big, because again, this is plastic. Gonna take some 5200, put some on top of the hole, just wrap some around the screw just like that. And I'm hand tightening. I am not going to use a power drill for this. I don't want to strip out this plastic. My pilot hole might be a little big. I'm not going to tighten that anymore. I'm going to try to do this without drilling a pilot hole this time. This worked out really well. I did not need a pilot hole. This one feels as tight as that. So maybe the screws that it came with aren't the best for screwing into the side of a cooler. If I ever need to change out the screws, I will, but for now I'm gonna leave it like that. That's gonna hold a lot better than the suction cups. Plus the 5200 will help to keep the screw in there as well. That stuff gets rock solid once it dries up. All right, all done, ready for the water. All right, here we go. We are gonna put them in the live well because we wanna do our live well thing today. It'll help if I keep the pump in the water, right? All right, so let's get them in the live well. Fish number one. It looks big in there, geez. All right, gonna do a little update. Fish has been in here about 2 hours and I'm gonna check on him, see how he's doing. Right there. Looks like he's hanging out. Water's running good. Got the release me in here. Looks like he's been pooping in my live well. So far so good, everything's running well. The tube is holding up, hasn't fallen off. Connectors are doing well. Bilge pump, everything's working. Got him. He's barely hooked. He's going in the live well. Now this guy has some company. All right, guys, it's been 8 hours and the live well held up really well. Fish are doing well. Got 2 in there. They've been jumping around and moving around and probably fighting in here, but all in all, pump is going well and pretty well aerated. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys an on-the-water test of how this bilge pump live well kit works and how it would hold up after a full day of use. All right, guys, you guys played well. Let's get you back in the water. Release the fish, pumping out the water. Everything's going as planned. So we ran that live well all day and everything worked out great. This is really a quick way to get a live well in your boat if you don't have one. One of the things I didn't like, you saw in the video, the suction cups that holds in that aeration tube just fails. It doesn't stay on there. So I went ahead and used the screws, and once I did, everything worked out great. If you do get this kit, you probably want to plan to use the screws. Don't drill a pilot hole when you go to screw it into your cooler. Just screw it in manual with a screwdriver. It'll work out just fine. And you may have noticed in the video that the tube is pretty long and you see it and the fish are swimming around the tube inside the live well. If you want, of course, you can shorten that tube. I kept it long so I could use the same bilge pump to pump out water at the end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Quick DIY for you. Hopefully it comes in handy. Leave a like down below and a comment. Subscribe to the channel. As always, guys, we'll see you on the next video.